I can remember the day that I walked in and seeing everybody there and just literally being scared. But the patients, the residents that were here welcomed me with open arms, and all of the therapists were just, you just felt a warmth. It wasn't like you were a number. You were just, they wanted you here and they wanted to help you. And you felt that right on, or I felt that right on. But it was scary. It was scary. That's one of the things, because I've talked to a few people into coming here, and we had 16 residents and 5 therapists, so the numbers were good. And that's not counting, that was 5 full-time therapists, but other people that came in. The other place, I think I could only, one therapist that I was assigned to, and he handled about 9 or 10 patients, residents. So there was that here, that just total, if you didn't hit it off with one therapist here, you could get to another one. Or, if there was somebody that you connected with more than anybody else, you could find the time to spend time with them and talk to them. And they all were totally their own styles. And like I said, if you just wanted to, your therapist was on duty and you had free time and they were sitting at the desk, you could go in there and sit down and just talk. I mean, they were always open. They were always open. They'd find the time for you, yes. So when I walked in here, and like I said, I surveyed the place, said, ooh, what a nice little place. I asked myself, where did I go wrong on that first therapy? And it was, you cannot beat this by yourself. So there was my big light bulb. I knew that I had to open my heart and my mind to be willing to accept whatever was going to come my way with the people here, and get this higher power thing, and know that if I'm going to beat this, if I'm going to even last a day after I walk out of this place, I have to know in my heart that I cannot do it alone. That whether it's people that I meet here, my therapist, and my higher power is God and Jesus. And so that was my light bulb. And like I said, when I walked in, that was the first question that I asked myself. And that kind of channeled me in the way I was going to be wide open to everything that came my way. So when I first walked in here, the people were sitting around. It was in between sessions. And it was like, come on over, sit down. And of course, I'm shaking like leave. And you need a cigarette? Yeah, give me a cigarette. Whatever it was. It was intimate from the get-go, and we had a really great group, and I'm sure everybody that comes in here and walks out says basically the same thing. But we did, and we had a wide range. I mean, I'm 72, so I was 61, 62 years old, 63. Had a couple people older than me, and then all the way down to 18 and 19. But we all seemed to fit in, and we all got along. And you could sit down with the younger ones and get into their level, or they could go to your level. No, it was you felt very much at home and at ease. There was years and years of sobriety as far as these therapists, and that was another thing. Most all of them had a history, which sometimes makes it a little easier to maybe open up, or to understand, they understand where you're coming from. Don't think for one moment that a life after sobriety, there's no age limit to it. There is absolutely no age limit. You know, I'm 9 years in 2 weeks, and they have literally been the best 9 years of my life. I've had 2 grandchildren. The first one was born while I was in here. They've never seen me out of sorts. Never seen me out of sorts. Every day isn't always great, but you approach it differently. At least I'm not afraid to get out of bed, ashamed to get out of bed. I can look people in the eye. I'm not looking over my shoulder. If I get pulled over for maybe doing something in a car, I'm not freaking and looking around for start hiding things. It's just been a wonderful, wonderful life. And don't ever think you're too old to get sober. Do not. Do not. Because like I said, it's just been, I can't imagine not being sober. And had I continued on, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I would more than likely be dead. More than likely be dead. I'm certainly glad that I'm not. Certainly glad that I'm not. Because it really, really has been a wonderful, wonderful life.